There are three things that have helped my Sjogren's patients improve their symptoms more than anything else. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to share exactly what they are and how you can get started implementing them effectively so that hopefully you too can start feeling better. My name is Jeremy Guth and I'm a functional medicine practitioner and the founder of Beyond Sjogren's, where we help people address the root causes of their Sjogren's using a natural approach. In just a moment, I'm going to be sharing the top three things that have helped my Sjogren's patients improve their symptoms the most. But because there are actually 5 key fundamentals that need to be included in a really effective healing plan, I'll be hosting a much more detailed webinar on our website that will be covering all 5 fundamentals for healing with Sjogren's, along with practical exercises. It's completely free to join, and if you'd like more information about how to access it, just type the word watch below this video and we'll send a link over to you right away. So what are the top 3 things that have helped my Sjogren's patients more than anything else? And how can you get started implementing them effectively? Well, the number one thing is that they make effective dietary changes. And this is important because diet has such a significant impact, not just on symptoms, but importantly also how the body as a whole functions and heals over the long term. So making effective dietary changes is essential. However, there are a number of quite restrictive and extreme diets out there that are being promoted and hyped all the time. And some of these do help some people some of the time or for a period of time. But unnecessarily restrictive diets can create additional problems for people that could make them worse off in the long term. For example, by messing up their gut microbiome and digestive systems even more than they already were, and by amplifying intolerances, both of which I've seen happen from diets like AIP and carnivore, for example, or in other cases becoming deficient in various important nutrients that diets like raw vegan can do, and which I've seen show up in blood tests that we've run with clients. What we have seen work really well for the vast majority of people is that rather than following a rigid dietary paradigm like the ones I've mentioned, they instead focus their diet on a wide and diverse range of whole unprocessed foods that are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds, foods that support a balanced and functional gut microbiome, as well as foods that provide specific important nutrients that support the body systems that are implicated in the Sjogren's autoimmune process. And how you can get started with this approach is by focusing on eating a diverse range of whole foods, mostly plant-based, but not necessarily completely plant-based, and organic as much as practical. And this simple formula will actually take you a good deal of the way towards optimizing your diet such that it could have a meaningful impact on your symptoms and without compromising your nutritional status or causing unintended long-term issues. The second thing is that they take supplements in a targeted way. And why this is important is that when supplements are used in a targeted way, they can have a really significant impact. The problem most people have when taking supplements for Sjogren's is that what they choose to take is not specific enough to Sjogren's and the underlying issues that are contributing to the Sjogren's disease process. And while many people do report benefit from taking various common supplements, it's usually nowhere near as much benefit than they would get if they were taking them in a more specific and more targeted way. So instead of choosing supplements semi-randomly based on what others have said has worked for them, what they've read about or heard about online, or what the health food store clerk said is good to take, I've seen really significant improvements when people start taking the specific supplements that support what their body most needs, and also in a way that supplements their diet with nutritional compounds that are not easily obtained through diet alone, and also in a way that addresses the root causes of their Sjogren's, rather than using supplements to try and manage symptoms in the same way that people are used to doing with medications. And because of the complexity of effective supplementation with Sjogren's, as well as the fact that supplements can interact with both medications and other supplements, it is really important to get professional guidance, and preferably from a nutritional professional who specializes in Sjogren's to get the best results. But the main point here is that when taken in a targeted way, supplements really can make a night and day difference. And I hope that gives you some hope that there is maybe more that you can do to start feeling better that perhaps you haven't tried yet. Now, the third major thing that has most helped our Sjogren's patients improve their symptoms is that while diet and supplements are really important, people tend to over-focus on them and overlook other really important factors in healing, with energy management being a major one for most people with Sjogren's. Instead of just powering through fatigue and ignoring the signals their body are giving them, they learn how to set and respect their boundaries and know when and how to prioritize themselves and their energy. And this really helps them show up better as a partner, a parent, a grandparent, a colleague, a friend, because they conserve their energy for what matters most. And this also helps their body heal and repair instead of constantly being run into the red and burning out. And the simplest thing you can do to better manage your energy is to have a good look at your schedule for today or for tomorrow. And anything that is not high priority but will likely be energy draining for you, cancel it. And instead, do something relaxing for yourself. While this isn't always possible, of course, there is usually something in the day that this will apply to, and learning to set and respect your personal boundaries in this way can really be game-changing for your energy and overall symptoms when done consistently. And while these are the top 3 things that have helped my Sjogren's patients reduce their symptoms the most, as I mentioned earlier, there are actually 5 key fundamentals that need to be included in a really effective healing plan. And for this reason, I'm going to be hosting a much more detailed webinar on our website that will be covering all 5 fundamentals for healing with Sjogren's, along with practical exercises. It's completely free to join, and if you'd like more information about how to access it, just type the word "watch" below this video and we'll send a link over to you right away.